left, we get more miniaturization of about 2.7 to 2.8. And we can see we can add some anterior lingual root tone, but it is the change in inclination. Basically, it's not for overcorrection. It's just sometimes we need to do the correction because it's retroclining. So for the lower, we add up to 17 degrees. And you can see the number of liners is increased on the lower arch. The upper is still just around 50. Usually, without a define, without stage intrusion, I can control my extraction protocol, a liner number from about 50 to 65. So it is within the range, it's 58 on upper. But the lower, because we need to intrude the lower anterior teeth before we retract, so it will increase number to 76. So the intrusion amount is up to 5 millimeters. So we remember the protocol of last patient. We have minimal overcorrection, we control the arch forms, we use retentive 3 millimeter attachments, some are vertical, some are horizontal, we all position them closer to the occlusal surface, and for the 6, we try to position it more distally to allow bonding of buttons in the mesial, which give us the best counter movement. Of course, if we bond it on a mid buckle, we can still achieve it. Because when we talk about the moment created, it's not related to the center of resistance. It's related to the contact point between the distal marginal ridge and the line. When we talk about if that is start of a minor mesial tip. And also staging with postpone posterior tooth movement and use of class 2B elastic. And for a deep bite case, something different is I extract the 3-5 and the 4-5 instead of the first premolar. And also, when we talk about the stage intrusion, we will stage intrusion protocol usually we relieve the crowding and correct inclination, and then we intrude incisor first, and then canine in only 2 steps, not 6 steps, not a frog pattern. Okay, I usually just use a 2-step protocol unless the curve of speed is too deep. Okay. So in here you can see how we stage the movement, how the lower anterior teeth after correct crowding, and then it intrude the incisor, and then the canine. And during the move and the clinical monitoring, as I mentioned, I will start with class 2 vertical elastic first. And while the treatment is in progress, during the first signal aligner, you can see we still achieve opening of the bite. Most of the time, we will expect deepening of the bite, while we lost control of the root. But as long as the aligner can maintain the fitting, we can have the line mechanics helping us to deliver the right force, to move the tooth body, and also start to have the tooth being intruded. And towards the end, I changed it to a vertical elastic to ensure we got the counter moment that we needed in the molars. But in here, actually, I made a simple mistake. One mistake is, I think in hindsight, if I can do it again, I would maintain the class 2B elastic, no matter through the 6 or through the 7. Because while the 6, the 4-6 is moving midway, the 4-7 is moving. We lost some of the anchorage because we just relied on the counter movement, but we lost some anchorage. That's why after the first treatment, it's not too bad actually. We can open up the bite, we can we can control very good on the root parallelism as well as the incisor root tone, but we just lost some anchorage. So if I want the class 2B last longer, maybe we can get a better molar relationship on the right side. The left side is perfect. And that's why we can see some of the midline shift. But we talk about treating a complex extraction cases with a deep bite. We are successful in correcting controlling the root movement or the tooth movement, body movement, and also we can successfully maintain the line mechanics to intrude, even in an extraction treatment, but we lost some of the anchorage. still a good case. That is the good parallelism that we achieved. Okay, it doesn't matter, we can handle it. So we need another 9 months. For the upper, the control is really well. After 58 alignment, we just need another 14 alignment to finish. For the lower, we need another 8 to 9 months to use stage protocol to correct the lower midline with some also correction of the inclination, and then we sequentially move the molars forward. Actually, if we do it in stage, we run the class 2V elastics, we can still get control. So you can see in the first stages of alignments, you can see the improvement in the canine relationship as well as the midline. And then eventually, with the help of the elastic. So in this elastic, you can see how the mechanics is delivered by the auxiliary elastic. The first thing, class 2B, the horizontal component, gives us control of the sagittal plane on the right side. Okay, it can help us to facilitate us to retract upper anterior as well as moving the posterior forward. The vertical component are helping us to deliver the counter moment and extrusive force so that we can have a better occlusion and also to avoid any lethal tipping. And also one thing, because this button is being worn on the buccal side of the molar, which is a buccal outside of the center of the system of tooth. So it also delivers a root torque by moving the root towards a buccal and also bringing the buccal cups down. It can also help us to control the occlusion.
Ciao.
So this is after the second series of alignment. So we can see a more beautiful alignment and more details, and then improve the occlusion. And we do more detail. We do some additional line as well, and that's after the treatment. The root parallelism, the correction of the deep bite, the profile improvement, changing the smile, a broader arch form, nicely aligned the teeth, and the changing the smile. Actually, the most important thing is not just about the change. I hope all of you can see how we designed our alignment mechanics and how it is being enhanced by the auxiliary mechanics. Now we are using the auxiliary mechanics before and off tracking. So the alignment mechanics and the rubber band or the traction is working together to deliver the right force and then get the right outcome. Of course, a compliant patient good compliance is extremely important. Okay, another is a high angle class 2 patient with anterior open bite. Okay, now I can move on faster because I think how to use the mechanics has been well explained. So in this high angle class 2 anterior open bite patient, we're going to remove also an upper 4 and lower 5. And also we need to have some posterior intrusion. This is a class 2 division 1, class 2 division 1 hyperdivergent anterior open bite patient. The patient coming with a chief complaint of protrusive profile. And she didn't complain anything about open bite. She said she can eat, I can talk, it's not a problem. I just want a quick change because we need to attend the wedding ceremony for her best friend in 9 months. You just come and ask, can I get the biggest improvement of my smile in 9 months? That is the chief concern. So that is a time. So you can see the patient is a high angle, hyperdivergent patient with the anterior open bite and also increasing overjet. You can see up and down accentuated too. So what we need to do is, from a transverse, you can see there's some posterior cross spine. So we need to basically expand upper arch. Sometimes if you think it is necessary, you can constrict the lower arch as well, but this is more difficult. But when we expand upper arch, what we need to pay attention is how to control the open bite or buccal flaring. Okay. And for vertically, to close the open bite, we may Of course, we use some anterior retraction with relative extrusion, but in this hyperdivergent case, we prefer to use some posterior intrusion molar so that we put the posterior into the open bite and then the mandible will get a forward rotation. Secondly, we remove 4 premolars to gain the space to retract. Actually, when we make the decision whether we should extract the lower premolar, I think about should we extract, even if we don't extract, we can do it. But after extracting the lower premolar as well, it's easier for us to do the posterior intrusion and retract upper anterior more. So this is the design. This design looks very simple. It expands to have to correct the transverse discrepancy, but it is not shown in this direction. But we can see the posterior intrusion, not in stage manner. It is a simultaneous movement because we get time limit. I just try my best to bring out the best, the greatest change for the patient. And also we use the premolar space to retract the upper teeth. Actually, when we retract, the upper incisor gets some extrusion as well. Or maybe it will tip in a little bit, like radial extrusion. And usually it will help us to correct the anterior profile. But the most important thing is to make sure you get good control at the upper incisor area. Okay, so the alignment number is just 37 because all teeth are moving simultaneously. And the difficult part is whether this tooth movement can be achieved. This is number one. Is it easier for us to intrude posterior without mini screws? The second is, how can we control the root movement? And then, especially when we look at the data, we get a 5.2 millimeter mesial movement on the 3-6 root. Okay, crown may be less, but root to move more. So during the treatment, we're running class 2 elastic at that time. The first question is, if you're running the class 2 elastic, it's still got it's not class 2V, but it's still got a vertical component. Will this affect our posterior intrusion? Will it? My answer is no. Because we have run this intermaxillary elastic all the time, no matter we're doing class 2 distalization or class 3 distalization. But most of the time, we're still getting posterior open bite. So with the alignment covering all the occlusion in a very fitting manner, it's difficult to extrude any teeth. When you run the class 2 or class 3 elastic, no matter you talk about the vertical component on the canine or the vertical component on the molar, it hardly extrude any teeth. What about if this is a misfit manner? If it's misfit, it will be intruded. Any misfit only induce intrusion, most of the time. Okay, so if we want to ensure the posterior intrude, the thing is that we won't run vertical elastic at the back, like class 2V or simple vertical elastic. So even we can see it happens some of the mesial tipping. Actually, mesial tipping already happened on the 4-6, but I just leave it. If it mesial tip, actually I can correct it later on. But if it tip, it intrude, it's good for correction of anterior open bite. Now the most important thing is how can we deliver the change for the patient within 9 months? This is what happened. Okay, when we talk about patients' cheek concern, we addressed. But when we talk about, now we create a more severe off-tracking. Should we use sectional braces again to upright it? That is one of the options for use of oxomechanics. But at this time, we do a different thing. That is, we only try to achieve the forward rotation of the mandible. Okay, intrude alignment by covering the teeth is very easy for it to intrude teeth. No matter we talk about a planned movement or even an unwanted movement, it's easier to intrude. And so we try to move and fight forward and then move the molar. When we look at the tooth movement, there are 14 degrees of mesial tipping. And also the movement is 7.2 millimeter and 5.4 millimeter of mesial movement of the root. That is difficult. Even more difficult when you just remove a premolar, you need to control the root paralysis. So we turn it into a more difficult situation, but somewhat. Now, we are trying to apply the right biomechanics with additional liner. That means if the aligning mechanics is working from the first additional liner. And at that point, we immediately add some elastic with vertical traction to class 2V. And because it's a midline shift, we run some midline elastics. And as there is no utilization of the low molar on the lower left, we just run the vertical. Okay, so we deliver the force that we want with the liner. And also without aligning this fit, that unwanted mechanics is not here, at least at the beginning. So that is what happened. So we can still get the control because we can deliver the right mechanics. As long as the patient complies, we can maintain the fitting, we can still get a very high predictability of achieving the root movement that we want. So everything is not about what I'm doing, it's about the right mechanics. Exist from the in the aligner as well as the auxiliary tools. And I do another refinement to detail the posterior occlusion and then we finish it. Okay, so we can effectively expand the upper arch forms and lower arch maybe we constrict a little bit if we need it, and the use of this vertical traction or vertical component help us to center occlusion with the open cups with a very big coverage. Actually, it is a complex case. When I do it again, I am still not sure whether it will come across severe off track. If the patient won't comply, but at least you know how to do it. Okay, that's a root parallelism. The forward rotation of the mandible, change in the profile, and change the smile. So now you can see how the liner mechanics can work and why sometimes it fails and how we can recover and bring it back. Class 3 cases has always been considered a more difficult category of patient that we need to do on it. And my preference is still working on difficult cases, mainly with rectangular attachment. Particularly, you already listened to my existing protocol. But in this somehow we do some case selection. We keep on trying use G6 because we want to lag behind from the new innovations. Okay, because we know technology is improving every day. So the patient wants correct crowding and improve smile. Actually, if I look at the nasal radial angle, the patient looks not too protrusive, but just doesn't cross by midline shift, and we hardly see the upper left lateral incisor. The patient has a crossbite, anti-crossbite, uh, and there is no COCR shift. So when we look at here, we see a very severe crowding. There is a block out upper right canine and the upper left lateral incisor. What we need to do is we need to gain space to be able to correct the crowding. But we're not going to retract the upper incisor because the patient looks flat. And the reverse maybe we will climb it a little bit to improve the lip support. But if gain the space correct crowding, we still need to move the lower incisor distally so that we can correct the anterior crossbite. And you can see the dental compensation of the lower incisor. We try to level the lower arch or even we need to retract the lower incisor. Within that inclination of to be very careful because it's very easy to tip more laterally. So my design is we pull out 4 first premolar, and this is also a high anchorage case. In case we got the wisdom, probably I will remove it later on. But if you can cut, no matter you scan, or you still using the old way of PBS, as long as you can capture all the data, I would love to have that wisdom to help us to control anchorage during the design treatment. I can put it up later on. Okay, so you can see in we just improve the arch forms and for vertically we can maintain the upright and the use of the G6 protocol to help. Okay, it's a multi-unit. The G6 is good. When we talk about that, you can maintain the fitting. You can maintain fitting, all the protocol is good. And we don't add any overcorrection as well, but then with aligner activation. 63 aligners. And in here you can see I add some lingual root torque on the low incisor as an overcorrection, not correction. This is the only situation that I think we may need some overcorrection, but just for the incisor, not for the posterior teeth, not for the canine, and also not for the teeth bite.
Nghiêng.
So after the first series of liner, G6 works. Actually, I would say if we got long crowning compliant patient, it works. But there is something more difficult for this patient. Which teeth got is the most difficult one to control the root test? The posterior teeth, the canine, actually is the upper left lateral incisor. Because it is blocked out, or it is blocked not inside the arch. When we try to move forward, we have to take into consideration maybe there is a bone concavity, structural limit. So we're talking about clinic monitoring. First, aligner mechanics with G6 protocol, long crowning, confined patient, it helps. And also we need to run the class 3 elastics. But when we run class 3 elastic, it will be more difficult in G6 protocol because the canine need to have a double attachment. You may still put a cut. You may still put a button, then you still worry about any unwanted movement by the button, or if you put a cut, you lost some of the retention of the alignment. Then if you lost the retention of each alignment, we lost everything in mechanics. So I try to find a place that we can still secure the alignment fitting. So I found I put a cut on the lower right uh, lateral incisor. And you can see when we run the elastic, the retention is still okay. And the mechanics on the G6 attachment shouldn't be affected that much. I would say no effect, but it affects less. Okay, so we try. And then also we lost control of the root of the tutu. So we run an elastic with button pointed on the tutu labial and tutu palatal and move it down. This is a very simple off-tracking management. So that is what we get after the first treatment. I would say, not talk about the root control. If it's set by aligner mechanics, I think it's acceptable. But with the use of the optional mechanics and management of some of the off-tracking, that will happen with a good clinical monitoring, it helps. I would say there is still some posterior oversight and anterior interference. Maybe you miss some of the expression of the upper incisor proclination, or maybe you lost some of the root top control of the old incisor, even you add some overcorrection in lingual root top, but when we talk about root control, from posterior teeth to canine, the top control of the incisor, even the off-tracking of the T2, I would say it's a very acceptable outcome in the first series of alignment. But the most important thing is you have to know why. What happened? What kind of incisor helps? What kind of clinical monitoring or patient compliance can help? Okay, we have to know things behind why it happened so that we can reproduce what will happen in the future. So then we need to do some detailing. Mainly, you can see some stage in extrusion event. When you want to extrude teeth, the most important thing is we got the attachment. The second thing, you prefer to do it in stage. The third is you can also run some vertical elastics with vertical traction. No matter if it's a class 3 lead or simple vertical. Because the patient got benign shift, if we want to reduce the anterior interference, we need to move the lower teeth back a little bit, use the residual space. So we run the class 3B midline elastic as well as vertical. Everything is about how to control the foot parallelism and tooth movement like extrusion. So that is what we got. The patient treatment is not finished yet, but it is already very, very close. If I remove the button, you will believe that is the end result. Okay, so arch formation, strength of alignment, and all the space is closed uneventfully, and also that is the final occlusion, very close to final occlusion. Okay, the root parallelism. You can see if we select the case properly and patient can find G6 works. Okay. But for D5, I still prefer using the rectangular tension. Okay, so correction of the anterior cross site, the profile. Okay, the smile. Remember, usually when we work on class 3 patient, we need more extrusion on the upper incisor to improve the display. Okay. So changing the smile, and the treatment will be finished very soon. Okay, this is case I have presented before in 2018. I just moved fast. Maybe some audience is new to this slide can see how we use alignment mechanics to deal with this difficult skeletal class 3 patients. Patient coming, actually it's their surgical patient. But patient don't want to do surgery, she just want improvement in her smile and crowding. So very difficult. Yes, see a lot of dental alveolar condensation really retroclined lower incisors. And the molar relationship is full unit class 3 and super class 3. So what can we do? Upper arch is easy to align. The upper arch we just need to expand and align it. But the lower, we need to pull our teeth to retract if we are not going to do surgery. But the difficult part is how many teeth we need to pull out. Even two premolar, one premolar pulling out from the lower left is not enough for us to correct the molar and canine relationship, as well as the low midline. So my final decision is, by considering the skeletal discrepancy, I'll try to do it by using a non-extraction protocol at the top and extract 3444 in the lower arch. That is a preoperative X-ray. But look at it, probably you don't want to do. The symphysis region of a classification is always very, very thin. So we really need the bone modeling to help. Okay, so that is the design. You can see I add some the overcorrection on the low incisor as we did in the previous case. We add up to 25 degree lowering the root top. So at that time, I hope it won't get too much nickel teething. That case is before I developed my current protocol. You can see the patient is 2013, 10 years ago. So for the design end result, we won't finish with the midline coincide. We add a lot of lower anterior reproximation so that we can get sufficient room as a mathematics. So we got sufficient space to retract the, the low incisor backward to correct the crossbite. But actually, the problem is how can we control the lower root top? Okay, will there be sufficient bone to accommodate all the roots? So, no matter what, to control the tooth movement, to make sure we won't get too much unwanted mechanics or the force become too great. You know how alignment treatment is always considered the client to deliver a very light and continuous and even force to deliver even tooth movement. There's something different from conventional braces. But while the alignment gut is fit, the force can be increased significantly. So if you want to maintain the health and to deliver the right and free and even force and movement, we have to make sure alignment fits. So, well, after stage 30, the upper first treatment is finished, we see there is some misfitting on the low incisor. The reason is we add 25 degrees of lingual top, but it's just overcorrection. But it may not happen. That's why it induces misfit. As I mentioned, overcorrection can induce alignment mistakes, especially if you add too much. What is too much is difficult to define, but I think anything more than 10 is a lot. So I just rescan to make sure we get alignment that fit. But at that time, I'm still obsessed to use of overcorrection. And also in this case, help me to turn my direction to look something better than adding overcorrection. But at that time, you will see I add another 32 degree of lingual root tone. So, and also towards the end of the additional aligners for this mid-course correction, I add some vertical elastic to make sure we got the occlusion right. So after the first treatment plan, delivered by two series of alignment that fits, okay, we correct arch formula, and we miss some of the crowding because alignment also not fit in the mid-course correction because we add even more overcorrection. How can you imagine that overcorrection aligner can fit to the end? So, but we are seeing, we still got a correction of the anterior crossbite. For the midline, which is not coincide, is slender. And also the posterior teeth also got contact point. It's not a very good occlusion, not very nice molar class 1 or molar class 3, but they have contact because of the vertical elastic, the auxiliary elastic. So that is what happened. But when you look at the root of the lower incisor, from the just not from the CD skin, just from the lateral submetric, I think everyone will worry about will they move beyond the cortical bone. Okay, that's why I add a little bit, I move the root back to lateral direction a little bit during refinement. And tooth the more parallel, and we just try to put a fixed retainer first, and then we try to address the 3/8 and 4/8 because we need that to as opposing teeth to upper 7 after we do a lower premolar extraction. So for the 4/8, I just pull out the upper 1/8 and then it lock into that position. And for the 3/8, I use a sectional to upright it, and that is the finishing result. But root parallelism is not that difficult, especially we use sector braces on the mesial tilted molars. But the problem is, how is the bone-root relationship between the lower incisors? Okay, it looks good to me, and it also looks good for the patients. And you can see the root seem to move a little bit more labial, but you can see the thin bone. It looks scary. We can see the patient gut profile improvement. Of course, not as good as after surgery, but the patient is happy about this. And also can see the change in the patient's smile. Due to good alignment, correcting the anterior crossbite. We sacrifice the lower midline, but that is the best we can do. Okay, let's look at the preoperative X-ray. After the mid-course correction, that means that we finish our first treatment plan by adding a lot of overcorrections, and then we try to finish the patient clinically looked much improved by correcting the crossbite, but you can see we're really moving the root towards the lingual area, and also we got some apical resorption. Okay, that's why we need to pull back. Fortunately, all the teeth are still biting after 4 years. Nothing happened. Maybe we can take a CBC to check how is the bone-root relationship later on. Okay, so what have I learned by treating that complex treatment? The number one thing is adding overcorrection can induce risk, particularly adding a lot. Because you don't know, for this patient is what we think is overcorrection, it actually works out. Because if the line can maintain fitting, what we think is overcorrection can become correction. we're thinking, well, the tooth movement will be compromised, so we'll add some overcorrection that will make it just made. That just made is too difficult for us to assess. And the second thing is, probably we need to look at a lot of CBCT to help us to monitor the situation. Of course, clinically, you can look at the tooth or gum situation, but no matter what, for this case, actually it should be a surgical treatment. But when you talk about correcting any tooth inclination, even using surgery is still difficult because the alveolar housing is so narrow. But I think the Invisalign aligner is a very marvelous tool because it can deliver a very light and even force if you make sure to fit it. And I would say what helped the patient finish the work is because nature is helping us by having the bone remodeling. If there's bone remodeling, hardly I can believe we should move all the root outside the bone and then it all become a normal teeth. But we still need to put an eye on it. Okay, I would say this case is too difficult for everyone, including me. I'm not suggesting you to try this spot to just attend the lecture and try all this difficult complex treatment. Because I want to explain and give you suggestions and also give you warning about what may happen. But the most important thing is that we learn from each case and improve our control and the tooth movement in every malnutrition. Okay, now we go to another area, how do we close the molar space? Okay, for this patient, we have pulled out one of the second molars. Let's look at this patient. Patient coming with a concern is, I want to improve my profile. So the first thing I will think about is, oh, if needed, I will pull out teeth. Because with the patient, it's very concerned with profile. We'll try to use non-extractive protocol. Even we do up and lower molar distalization, a lot of IPL, we may not get enough space. And when put non-extraction protocol to extreme, it can even more difficult than extraction protocol. So after looking at the patient's X-ray and see there's a radiolucity on the 7th, the it is a bit protrusive, but the inclination of the incisor is quite acceptable. So what should we do? From the transverse, we may improve the arch form a little bit. Make sure it's symmetrical, make sure it's roundish. Vertically, the overbite is right. And centrally, we want to retract so we gain space. Routinely, upper arch, I remove tooth number 4. First, the molar, easier for us to control anchorage. For the lower arch, I extract the 3-5 instead of the 3-4. The reason is, sometimes when I come across, maybe there is more mesial movement on that region. There is mesial tilt 4, 5, and 6 at that region. And there is a dense imaginaris on these 5. There's a different reason that or because of anchorage. Of both sides to balance the anchorage, I will try to select move extraction of 5. And also one reason I just mentioned in the previous slide. In what situation I will remove the 5? While we have a deep eye situation that we want to use stage intrusion, I prefer removing the 5 instead of 4, so that we can retain the attachment on 3 and 4. Of course, this is an option. Okay, we can always more different methods than to tackle one problem. But that is my preference. So this patient I remove 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 5. What about more than 4? Sometimes we may need to consider removing 4 or 5. If I really need to make a decision, I will remove the 4, 5 instead of 4, 4. To me, 4, 5 probably is more, 4, 4 should be more helpful. And while we were moving 4, 4, it can bring the bone to the area. But when we remove the 4, 4, you finish with the black triangle probably. And the control of the root palarism both will be difficult. But removing 4, 5 is easy. But finally, I will remove the 4, 7 because we cannot keep it. Okay, we cannot keep it. So 3 premolar extraction with the 4, 7 removed as well. So For the quadrant 1, 2, 3, we just treat it as an ordinary remote extraction. For quadrant 4, that will be more difficult because we need to do a lot of visualization. What do you mean by a lot? 8 millimeter visualization to gain the space that we needed to collect the impacted 4 as well as to retract the lower anterior to improve the patient's profile. We need lower retraction so that we can retract upper as well. Okay, so that started an anchorage issue. Because usually we need to run a class 2 elastic, no matter you see it's a class 2V or class 2, we need a class 2 elastic for us to retract upper anterior. We need that anchorage if we are not going to put a mini screw. But in quadrant 4, we need to run a class 2 elastic, but we also need to do displacement. It is complicated. So how can we do it? Finally, we need to run some mini screw. Okay, for the quadrant 3, we remove the 3.5. Please note, the mesialization is 2.4 millimeters. It's also a moderate anchorage, not easy. Okay, let's talk something about the management of the lower left, the quadrant that we removed the 247. From the beginning of the treatment, we try to visualize the molar for the first 4 millimeters. 4 millimeters. Each alignment measured with velocity is 0.25. 4 millimeters means 16 alignments. So we use 16 alignments to visualize the forceps. And in the first 16 alignments, we didn't run any elastics. So any tooth movement is just basically using the upper posterior teeth to retract the upper anterior teeth and also to retract the lower anterior teeth on the quadrant 3. But after 16 aligners, we still got another 4 millimeters to this slice. I add a mini screw. After I think the bone remodeling is fine on that area because we move a forceps and a big pathology, a defect underneath. And then you can see I run some pouching here. And also, finally, after the tooth finish digitization, I use a ligature to tie on the distal button, which is a composite button. Okay, and then I hold a button, magic button in the front. I try to use a different material. So you can see it is a pouching. To continue the digitization, it is a ligature. To turn this forceps into a absolute anchorage for us to run the elastic. And we talk about the anchoring control in the sagittal plane. We run the class 2V elastic, but at that time, I'm not running the vertical with a V with the vertical component at the back. I run the V with the vertical component at the front because that impacted 4 is not fitted. The reason it's not fitted is because no matter how big you scan, you cannot capture the data or part the data in the lingual, in the mesial, and the occlusal as well. So the pointing actually should have pointed the coverage. It's just that the point is a thick one. So it cannot go into the aligner. So we need to remove the attachment and run some vertical elastic to help. After we run the class 2V elastic, it turned into a class 3V. So because the posterior teeth got very good anchorage, but it is assisted by the class 2 component to help to retract the upper anterior, but up to a stage, upper retraction is enough. We want to retract the lower anterior so that we can finish with a nice overjet, overbite, as well as a class 1 canine relationship. So that is how it worked out in the first series of alignment. You can see on the right side with digitization, and then turn it into a maximum anchorage with use of elastic to help us to maintain the anchorage as to retract the anterior and with a vertical component to help us to extrude the incisor. Now you can see how we use the alignment mechanics and together with the auxiliary mechanics to help. Auxiliary tools in here included button, elastic, pouching, as well as a mini screw. That is what we achieved after the first series of alignment. Arch formation is always very good. And then you can see the root control. We talk about extraction treatment. We also root control. How do you comment about root parallelism? I think the tooth didn't achieve the best control as the intended form because there was no intention to control unless we put an section on it. But for the other area, 1-4 extraction, 2-4 extraction, 3-5 extraction, seems that for this patient, root parallelism can be controlled very well with just aligner mechanics. Okay, if the posterior can control very well aligner fit, anterior root torque control will be good as well because aligner is fitting. We don't need any overcorrection. If we don't lose the root torque, we don't lose the overbite. That is the logic. So this is how we achieve. That's the root parallelism. Okay, I tell you one thing. When we use, no matter we run elastic bond any buttons, we need to trim the alignments. Sometimes we are not using the cut or cut out given by align technology because sometimes we perceive it as too big for us. So we trim it by ourselves. Fortunately, I never do. My nurse do. Okay. But this patient is a very good patient. She always said, if I want to run elastic, Dr. Yao, I found that your nurse didn't trim the aligner precisely. Can I trim it by myself? Then you can see how good is the patient's compliance. He trimmed every aligner by herself. So she always looked at the fitting, the aligner margin very carefully every time. That's why she can achieve that root parallelism after the first treatment. Okay, so compliance is always the most important thing. Okay, so let's look at the second treatment. In the first treatment, we didn't do anything on the wisdom. You can see, but the wisdom is still having some uprighting or maybe minor mesial movement, which is not avoidable if this is not covered by the alignment. So what we need to do is we want to upright it, but at this time, you can see something look like my current extraction protocol. We put the attachment on the distal, we leave the mesial surface for the button, and we run some vertical traction. No matter if it's a class 2V, class 3V, pure vertical, we can still deliver the right moment that we needed to extrude and provide counter moment for the uprighting. How much is the, we talk about the amount of uprighting, it's a 30-degree tip, and also we need to move the root for 7.5 millimeters. So that is a lot. So can we achieve by just upright that molar and move the root mesial by just elastic and aligner? Okay, we run class 3 elastic because every time we do cliff monitoring, we look at the occlusion, midline, canine lineation, molar lineation shape, whether there's interference, whether there's overbite, to determine how should we run the elastic. So this is a class 3 V to retract the lower to reduce the interference. And the vertical V elastic is helping us to upright or and extrude the impact for midline elastic is for the midline. And then we change. After we improve everything and then we just miss the posterior extrusion, we run the vertical elastic as well. And that is after the second treatment. After the second treatment, you can see, in the first treatment, we already finished with the good control of root. And the second treatment, we details alignment and occlusion. But another thing is, how is the wisdom upright and visualized? We cannot see it very clearly, but we sit here. Now it's being uprighted. Not perfect, you can see the marginal ridge still miss a little bit. So I try it again and also do some more detailing. Okay. Some obsessive syndrome. Okay, so I try to make it the marginal ridge parallel. Because we know we can do it. Okay. Because I want everyone to know we can do it. If we know how to run the mechanics. Sometimes we didn't finish in details, it's just maybe the patient do not comply or the doctor want to stop there. Okay, I want to make sure everyone know how can we fully utilize the mechanics of alignment, although no appliance is perfect. Okay, so after retraction, improving the profile, it is smile that will change. Okay, in here I want to show you another example that I'm still working on it. Another 4/8 uprighting cases without section. It is the 4/8. It's really a horizontal impacted tooth. Okay, he's a class 3 patient. In the first series alignment, we just focus on the chip concern by correcting the anterior crossbite. And then in the refinement alignment, in the first refinement, we try to move that 4/8 distal to open up a space between the 8 and 6. And then we start our movement again. But this one is more difficult because there is more, the crown is more submerged into the soft tissue, so we don't get sufficient data for the tooth form. But we can still apply the mechanics as long as we get space between the 8 and the 6. Just apply the vertical traction and working with line mechanics, we can still upright the teeth. Of course, it's not easy. The most difficult part is we did not get a perfect guide like what we get in previous case, because we don't get the data of the crown that submerged. So, but we can just keep on figuring it out. But no matter what, I just want to simply show part of the information, the progress of this case to you, to show you that if you really understand and believe how we manage to use the alignment mechanics and the option mechanics, we have more potential to control even more very difficult tooth movement. Okay. I didn't finish this case yet. There still need some details. But I would say this is not
Cái này
easy,
hay
but
phết
it
đấy.
is possible. And you can
Thực ra
can
cái này
control.
tôi học cái mắc
You
cài
can
cũng được
another
như
way
thế
to
mà.
unlike
Quan trọng mình tạo
horizontal
được như thế
pattern.
lại giống mắc cài đó
Both
thôi.
by putting an iCar wire into the PCO.
Đấy, cái
By
kéo cái
putting
kia là
a
xong.
mini screw on
Mình
the
tạo khoảng
second
phía
layer,
trước
it's a
tí.
lot of ways. But now you got more options.
Dứt gần tám rồi.
Okay, now finally I want to show you two cases that
Nói
is
chung
a
xem
quite
bọn khay
interesting.
này cho
It is
nó
not
cũng là cái cơ học thôi.
including premolar
Hay.
extraction treatment. Okay, for lower incisor treatment, but I'm still removing premolars. Why we need to extract in incisors? Usually, I don't recommend lower incisor extraction unless the incisor got really a health problem. Because a lower incisor extraction treatment is quite easy to allow us to push us to fall into a final end result without a good occlusion. But for this patient who is a dancer in East Ming, Hong Kong, okay, she's performing in the Lion King. But we can see her face. Just a lot of painting on the face, but we can still see it. So we have to take a concern about the smile. So she is complaining about crooked teeth and protrusive profile. The bite is a little bit different. The problem is there is 1525 we can actually done before. So if you really want to pull out teeth, that would be an option. And for the lower, there's a 3-1, which also got some antibiotic treatment, and this is a 2-week full prognosis. So for this patient, to gain sufficient space to improve her profile, I pulled out 1525 and also 31 and probably 45. It's a 5 anyway. But after we pull the 31, the problem is if we pull 5 instead of 4, it is good for the patient's smile. But when we pull out 31, that will be difficult because she's showing her face every day to the audience. So how can we manage it? I put a temporary cantilever connection point here. How can we make it? Let's have a look. We pulled out the molars to gain space to improve the profile. And can you see it? That is strange. The 3-1 is here, but it is disappearing. But the 4-1 disappeared, become pointed. Because I asked the technician to give me a pointing, which is large enough for me to make a temporary bridge. And actually, this area is not that easy because we still need to do a stable intrusion. So what exactly we are doing for this low incisor, for premolar extraction, now is after seeing so many complex treatment, that is easy. Okay. Because after put it down, I immediately use the aligner template to put some composite on the 4-1 as well, because the font is bigger than the 4-1, and then I do a cantilever bridge. Of course, the aligner is a bit rough, so I need to polish it, and then I just keep on slicing it to make sure the patient got teeth. And for the rest of the things, it's easy for you. Just my resin protocol, postpone, posterior movement, the attachment design, the class invi, the elastics. Okay, for the front teeth, you see we just try to make it smaller and smaller, and finally remove it. To make this kind of bridge, cantilever bridge is not difficult. To remove all the residual composite is take me a lot of times. Okay, so now we can see something happen. We got some root recession, maybe because of the defect or insufficient bone here. While we are moving the free tooth towards the mesial, we lost some of the control. Okay, so I stop here. The treatment is not finished. But I stop here because I need to do on the skin. Because now we want to make it fit. We got a new tooth, free tooth, because the all composite has been removed. When I'm doing the intrusion, what we need to do is stage intrusion. Make sure I add some lingual root top to move the free tooth root back to the soft tissue. And that is what can happen. Intrusion is in progress. You can see we are leveling the curve of sleep, and then finally you can see the gum grow back. Okay, we can do it. That is different situation. We don't want to see a tooth got a gum recession in the rest of the life. And then finally we are close to finish, and we do some detailing if needed, and then that is the result. So premolar extraction can be controlled. Root movement can be controlled, but somehow there is some difficult situation we need to just think about it and to figure out some way to fulfill the patient's need. Okay, change the profile, change the smile. I got 1 minute. Got only one case. Let me overrun a little bit. Okay. So changing the smile. The final case, it is about an impact canine. The patient coming with obtrusive profile, want to improve her profile, and also she has some crowding. Okay, really got a big overjet and open bite. And also, you can see intraorally, we got the prestigious canine here, and there's a big overjet. So what I'm also missing 4-6. So what I'm going to do is, I will remove 1-4-2-4 and also the prestigious canine so that we can retract the tooth backward. And also we can help the impacted canine to go down. Okay, actually there is also a supernumerary. And in the first treatment, I'm not concerned with that 6, the missing 6 and 8, because we already got a lot of things to do in our first problem list. So we know about the canine position through CTCT, and then we also define our clean check by removing the 1-4-2-4 and also the precision canine. We try to leave the space later on as a virtual point to help us to work on it. So, and we want to reduce the overjet and just keep the 4-6 space first. So that is the design. Improve the arch form, correct the open by intrusion of the posterior as well as the extrusion of the anterior, and create a room for the tooth free to erupt. So surgery, we remove on the quadrant 2, we remove the supernumerary, the deciduous canine as well as the tooth fork, and then we leave a button on the tooth. And then we run the elastic to pull it down, but it is rotated, and also we have no space, so we try to move it distal by pouching. Make sure we catch the attachment on 5 to do to make sure we are not losing the anchorage. And also we run the elastic, cast elastic to To help the retraction, we keep on moving tube, and then what we call ERT elastic, so that we can deliver a force with rotation as well as extrusion. And the possibility to add a root top is balanced between the ladle and palatal button. And then the tube start turning. So that's the kind of elastic we can provide exclusive, rotation, and root top control. So I named it ERT elastic. And then also with this then combination of ERT elastic with power chain. So we still have exclusive force from ERT and the tube is going down and rotated. Okay, that is how we achieve it. And then we need a lot of, that is after the first treatment. We reduce the overjet. We try to reposition the impactor into the right place. And then in the second inject, I try to close the bullet space for him. And this time, to save some time, I use section to help. Okay, so finally, we use section. Section is easy to control, just control the anchorage with the elastics, and that is how we achieve the final result. I just keep it short. Okay, that is how we do it. Okay, so is it difficult? It's very difficult. But as long as you can think logically and you believe the alignment mechanics, you know how to manipulate some of the auxiliary tools, which is easier for everyone who is doing conventional braces. We are doing more things, we can treat more patients than we expected. So changing her profile, of course, she has really been through the manual. If you want more change, maybe you need surgery. Okay, so change her smile. Okay. You see the change in her profile, can compare. So, some take home message, or as a summary, alignment mechanic is not 100% predictable. No matter you're working on a simple or even complex case, extraction or non-extraction. But we can work on it if we know how to make it predictable by a proper attachment or staging design. And use of auxiliary tools is a very feasible way for us to improve our control in mechanics. So that no matter we're talking about extraction treatment or complex extraction treatment or with different difficult situations, we can still manage. So thank you for listening. Thank you.